What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hoops and Cards. I'm Gary, your host, and happy Tuesday to all of you listening in various parts of the world. Basketball card collectors and investors, welcome to a podcast for you, part of the Basketball Forever podcast network. We're grateful that you are listening. We're glad you are tuning in the middle of this incredible NBA season. Lots of great things happening, not just things like the return of great players like Anthony Davis, the launch of great young players like Paolo Banchero and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But yeah, my name is Gary and I'm your host. And today we want to talk about, as we wrap up this year, this calendar year, this December in the sports card market, and perhaps you are brand new to this whole deal. In fact, we do episodes just for you. Our last episode was called Basketball Cards 101, everything you need to know in just one episode. And it was a little bit long. Like we got going, we got moving. We covered everything from where to find cards, what cards to buy, how and where to buy and sell cards if you're an investor or a collector. Guys, I'm a bit of both. And for some of you, the end of the year in December and Christmas or whatever it is that you celebrate, people are buying each other gifts. So today I thought it would be cool. One of the things we'll talk about is that wish list, that gift list for the friend, the brother, the dad, the sister, the daughter, the cousin, whoever it is, like, your dealer, what to do for a Christmas gift. There are a lot of great deals out there today in the sports card market, but there's also gifts like an eBay gift card or like a display case, a new display case for your wall, to display sports cards in. Maybe it's a jersey. In fact, I ordered myself a new Hoops and Cards hoodie. I felt like it was time. I had my one of one that I had made a year ago. And, can't wait to show you guys some of the merch that we'll have out in the future for Hoops and Cards. But I just, been doing this for a year and a half, was super pumped to talk about Christmas or other gifts that you might get for somebody. In fact, shout out to my friend Andy, who this past week, we met up just before a card show, had breakfast, and we're talking about buying boxes, buying specific cards even, of basketball cards for our sons or for our daughters. Well, he doesn't have a daughter. I have two. But my point is buying gifts for kids that you want to get something that's a cool gift and maybe exciting, but that also does have some value or have some legit chance to go up in value. And so he was brand new to a lot of this basketball card world and the current sports card market as it is today. We went to a card show where there were 50 or 60 dealers with tables and boxes and thousands, maybe millions of cards to choose from. How do you know? And, some people gravitate towards just the place where they know to go and get a familiar box of cards like Target or Walmart or Barnes and Noble, or just to go on eBay and say, I want to buy a box of basketball cards. Well, you can do that. And you have to basically, the person that you're buying these things for, you have to ask yourself, what brings them the most joy? What do they love about this? Because for some, it might be they like just the thrill of getting a fantastic card. Like I picked up at the card show the other day, a Tyrese Maxey. I wonder if this will show up here. Tyrese Maxey Silver Prism. It's not, there you go. You can see the little rainbowy thing. That's how you know it's a prism. It goes in and out of my page, but it was well centered. I got a good deal on it. I will probably grade it. Some of you might decide a good Christmas gift for somebody that you love is to get a PSA membership where you can grade cards right now for $15 a card. That's for the value level or the what do you call it? Like economy? I don't know. I'm just grading cards that are less than $200 in value and knowing that they have the potential to go up. Finding a card, by the way, if you're going to buy a person's favorite player, at least ask around, ask a dealer, ask some friends that are into cards, or ask me. Like, I'm Gary. I'm here for you, here to add value to your life and encouragement to your basketball card collector or investor world. So give me a shout out at Hoops and Cards on Instagram. We love hearing from you at Hoops and Cards on Instagram. And say, hey, you could ask me like, hey, I'm going to buy a box of basketball cards. This is for my kid, or this is for my dad or my grandpa. Like there may be someone in your life that wants to buy vintage, like older cards. that's a longer conversation or harder to find cards, but you can do it. In fact, these days with eBay, Amazon, whatnot, PWCC, ComC, there's a bazillion online resources and places to buy and sell cards. Facebook groups. If you're not in the Hoops and Cards Discord, we have a group that we chat cards. We talk about players. We talk about cards that we're buying and selling. We ask the group, hey, should I invest in this card or not? And they'll give feedback and they'll say, well, here's the people that know more than us. I think one of the best things to do in this whole space of basketball card collecting or investing is to just remain open and teachable and flexible, ready for change. Because I just have to say, like, I went into this season really not having Jayson Tatum as one of my top 3 guys to invest in. Now he's pushing for number 1. Now he's the top of my MVP list. Now look at the Celtics. So I'm just saying, an open mind says, all right, I'm willing to adjust. If I keep taking deep breaths, I had like a big dinner and I had a bunch of Christmas cookies. And that was a mistake if you're going to get on a podcast and say, I'm going to start talking. But I did it. So I'm with my friend Andy. And I said, well, Andy, you got to decide what you want to buy for your son. You got to decide what you're willing to spend. You got to decide, is this about the experience? Because some people love, he kept saying, I got to get those mystery boxes. I got to get the mystery boxes. And I'm like, I don't know if he's talking about a specific brand. He's talking about, no, the mystery of, hey, when you buy a blaster box of Prism, or you buy a mega box of Optic, or you buy a hanger box, some of these don't even have hanger boxes anymore, like the new Select cards that just came out for basketball. Or there's new releases coming out. In fact, I wrote these down. Mosaic Fast Break is coming out on December 14th. And another one, the Contenders Optic. I think that's coming out the same day. Let me check. I wrote this stuff down. I was taking copious notes for you guys on blowoutcards.com. I was looking that stuff up. Contenders Optic. So that's still, we're looking at cards with the rookie year of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green and Evan Mobley. If you're new to this and you're looking for cards of Paolo Banchero, and a lot of people love Benedict Mathurin from the Pacers. Who's the guy? Jalen Williams, starting to play really well down there in, I want to say Oklahoma City, right? I get the Pelicans and the Thunder mixed up. That's one of the problems with, I got issues, people, because these teams are loaded with such good prospects. I'm like, is Trey Mann on the, yes, he's on Oklahoma City. Is Trey Murphy the third? He's a Pelican, right? I got to get that stuff straight. But gift ideas, absolutely. Ask your friend or your loved one to make an Amazon wish list. Ask them to make an eBay watch list and tell you what they would like on it, and have them put things like an eBay gift card or credit at ComC, or a subscription to PSA as a member so they can grade cards throughout the year. There's a variety. NBA League Pass is on a great deal right now. You can buy them blaster boxes. In fact, I posted a few days ago, you can find blaster boxes of just about any basketball card that's out right now at Target or Walmart, all those places I named earlier. However, Andy and all my other friends out there looking at mystery boxes, you need to realize you might pay $30, $40, $50 for a box like that. And they have the thrill of opening that stuff up and wondering, what did I get? What can I get? Most of the time, don't expect to get the value that you spent for it right back as you open the box. In fact, most of the times we, and I say we, I mean, we who are in this, trying to be financially savvy, trying to make wise decisions, kind of learning from our mistakes, and not saying like, I'm just in this for the thrill. I'm in this for profitability. I'm in this for value and getting the best deals that I can. So I don't usually buy specific unopened boxes of basketball cards. In fact, Saturday I went to a card show and I came back with, I'm going to look through these cards with you. I came back with a Zaire Williams. You recognize that one, Brandon? Zaire Williams autograph card that I got. I got an Anthony Simons. Oh, this one came in the mail. This was mail day. Anthony Simons. I don't know if you saw this. This kid had 45 points the other night, a few games after having 38. I got a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander optic. That was a Lauri Markkanen. Jayson Tatum. I got a Donruss raw rated rookie that I'm going to have graded, hopefully. I got a Jeremy Grant rookie card. There's a dude that's playing outstanding ball for the Trailblazers. Jalen Noel, I think we talked about him, Maxey, and DeJounte Murray. I buy, the reason I did all that, I buy individual cards. I like to buy individual cards. And so maybe you'll say, I've got someone I'm buying for a gift, a birthday gift or whatever. I know who their 3 favorite players are, or at least their favorite player. And I'm like, I'm going to reach out and see in my price range, in my budget range. Because by the way, if you want to buy a Jayson Tatum card or a Kobe Bryant or a Giannis Antetokounmpo or LeBron James, if you want to buy a card of that player, I guarantee you there's a card anywhere from 25 cents to $50,000 or $100,000. Like that's a crazy thing about the sports card market right now and basketball cards. And by the way, like a lot of the basketball card content creators out there often focus on the big money cards. And I enjoy that. I think that's important. However, a lot of us are in this world where we don't spend $25,000 on a card or all of our cards. Like, in fact, if somebody offered you $25,000 for all of your cards and all the future cards and could just go away from it, I think a lot of us would take it, to be honest with you. I hope to one day be dealing and involved with higher dollar cards, but I don't know, man. There's certainly a lot of money to be made at that level, but a lot of us are just starting from basic side hustle kind of money, maybe $20 here, $50 there. You got a gift card. You're selling your old cards that you found in the closet. You're just starting with some extra money. This is not your, full-time deal. Win the lottery with it. That being said, there are all kinds of gifts that would make sense. There are good deals out there. That's the nice thing about unopened boxes right now. There are great prices out there. You can pretty much find anything you want at a decent price. Just know that when you're opening boxes, you're not going to get the value that you just spent for it. Second idea is to buy individual cards. Guys, I love having cards of my favorite players. And if you want an idea or a suggestion, again, just message me at Hoops and Cards. Put a message saying, get me in the Discord, or I want to be in the Discord, and we'll sign you up in our Discord channel. And you can throw that question out there and hey guys, I'm looking for a Trae Young card for my husband. I don't have a husband, but I'm saying you might, or somebody might be looking for one for their husband, a Trae Young card. Or wait, he skips games. Let's talk about DeJounte Murray. I'm looking for a DeJounte Murray card, for my brother. I'm looking for a Luka Doncic card for my brother, and I've got $100 to spend, or I've got $50 to spend, or I want to give him one that maybe right now it's worth 50, but in a couple of years it could be worth 100 or 200. We can help you with ideas for that. What I can't do is guarantee you that, yes, you buy that card for $50 now, he holds on to it or she holds on to it, and in a year it'll be worth triple what I can't promise you that. I can look back and say, hey, I've done this with certain cards and I've seen that happen, but I've also had cards where I thought that was going to happen and it didn't. I've had cards where it actually went the other direction, right? I don't want to just be that guy that tells you about, hey, here's my successes. Look at this card I bought for $15 and sold for $100. Do I have those? Yeah. Do I have cards that I bought for $100 and wish I had sold for $90 when I had the chance, or $80 when I had the chance? Like they're cards. In fact, we're still in that buying season, people. Don't forget, you who found a basketball card podcast, you are still listening and watching. Like, you care about the NBA, and you care, or at least you're interested in basketball cards and buying and selling as a possible collection or a possible way to make some side money. You care. But a majority of people that are into sports cards, a majority of people that follow sports or do fantasy sports or they bet on sports right now, they're thinking about the World Cup, soccer, football, footy, They're thinking about pro American football, the NFL. They're looking at other things as well. And right now, NBA basketball is not front page, even though at the show this weekend, I saw more basketball cards than I had in 2 or 3 months at these shows. People are starting to bust it out, right? They're starting to bring out some cards. And I was glad, I saw more recent basketball product than I've seen in 6 months, which was nice. It was really good. At the same time, the prices, the value, the overall competition for the basketball card market, it's not there yet. So you still have at least 6 weeks. I'm saying this dip or this season is part where basketball cards are not all up and to the right. I'm trying to go up. They're not like front page news. They're going to be when you get towards the All-Star game. They're going to be once in a while when somebody just explodes. Anthony Davis had 55, Jayson Tatum went off for 60. Like sometimes a guy will have just a crazy game. It was a big deal when Utah started off and they were like, 10-2? Now they've come back down to planet Earth. But unless they're making huge news, basketball cards right now are still kind of on the back burner. And that means you can get some good deals. It also means I wouldn't be selling mine just yet. In fact, I'm not. I have been selling cards that I sent in and got graded, and those were valued up. Or I've been selling some of my quarterbacks cards, right? But we're in that part right now where there's buying opportunity, and it is a good time to shop for gifts. It is a good time to shop for yourself. One of the gifts I think that can't go wrong is an eBay gift card, because I do a lot of buying and negotiating for cards on eBay. Just a ton of that. Another gift that I think would help you out is signing up for the Market Movers app. In fact, if you go to marketmoversapp.com or you go to sportscardinvestor.com and you use our promo code, which is hoops and cards, HOOPSANDCARDS, hoops and cards, gets you that first month of the Market Movers app for only $1. So go for that. Sign up for that. I use that resource. In fact, just today I was looking at, all right, the players that I'm paying attention to right now are the players that are stealing some headlines: Anthony Davis, Jayson Tatum, Anthony Simons, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka, LeBron, like all those guys. Kind of comparing charts of their major cards that are their most liquid. And we've talked about those that move a lot. The Prism, base and silver, PSA 10s, if you will. Got to show off my Cavaliers hoodie. I have so many Cavaliers hoodies. We're just a podcast from Akron. I'm Gary, your host. I hope I've given you some good gift ideas. There's a lot out there, but you've got to ask around. If you're not into this, what I didn't say is maybe you are very much into this and you know the value of cards and you're like, yeah, I get this. Maybe you've got a friend who's talked about getting into cards, and now's your chance to give them a start. Give them a card as a Christmas gift. Buy a good deal on a card or get a card graded for them, and share your stories that way. But at Hoops and Cards, message me. I'm Gary, your host. Message me directly. We'll get you in the Discord. We'll point you in the direction of certain gifts or products that you might be searching for. And in a moment, we're going to talk a bit about, we're going to talk about players that annoy me, players that are kind of a trap, that I wouldn't say they'd be a gift card to get for somebody. They might be a curse. And nothing against the players necessarily, although I'll just leave you in suspense. And we'll be right back after this break.